I made a review on Heavenly Delusion a while ago, but never talked about the disturbing scene near the end. I didn't want to spoil the anime. Well, now we're talking about it in this video, so this will be a major spoiler. For the longest time, the most common thing I heard about this anime series was, just wait until this anime series gets to that disturbing point. It'll be a major backlash, and many anime fans will freak out. So I couldn't help but be curious about what could be so horrible. When the anime series finally got to that point, it was like, really? That's it? I've seen plenty of disturbing things like that in anime series and in visual novels. I couldn't believe this was actually a thing people freaked out over. The posts and comments that people made were so funny to read. People were freaking out, saying how this scene is too disturbing and disgusting. To me, I couldn't help but think, are these people just watching anime for the first time? There have been plenty of disturbing things like this in anime. I'm going to spoil the disturbing moment. Basically, the main female character had the worst thing a man could do against a woman done to her. Now, some people will say she's not actually female because of a body swap. But we don't know if that's the anime series trying to trick us, and it's all in their head. That sort of thing has actually been done before in anime and manga, where a girl thinks she's actually a guy that was body swapped, but she's actually a girl all along. I didn't read the Heavenly Delusion manga, so I don't know for sure. For this video, I'll just keep referring to that person as the main female character. People try to say fans were more upset over the build-up to it because there wasn't much build-up to that awful moment. But I still saw plenty of people freak out just because of that very thing itself. I'm confused about this because I would say Heavenly Delusion is not a mainstream anime. Only really major anime fans would watch it. It's not for casual fans. So if you've been a major anime fan for a while, how could this thing freak you out? Any major anime fan will have watched Berserk 1997 version. What Griffith did to Casca was 10 times worse than what happened to Heavenly Delusion. Yet back then, even now, people don't freak out over that scene. It's disturbing, but there's not an outrage against it. With the scene in Heavenly Delusion, people got so upset, they wanted to drop the anime altogether. Can you imagine seeing Griffith doing that terrible thing to Casca, and then thinking, I want to drop the Berserk manga because of it? That is just so weak. Let's not forget about Future Diary, where there was that one disturbing scene where many guys were trying to do something disturbing to Yuno. She was saved just in time, but it got very close to happening. There is also one side character in Future Diary that actually experienced this terrible thing and wasn't saved. It was in a flashback. Did people also forget about the main villain licking Asuna's face in Sword Art Online Season 1? Not to mention, every season in Sword Art Online has a villain doing terrible things to a girl. How about that one disturbing thing in Grandcraft Senki, where a girl already had a guy that she loved, but in order to convince another guy to join the army, she had let that guy do whatever he wanted to her. I didn't watch Black Lagoon Roberto's Blood Trail yet, but people made pretty obvious terrible things were done to Revi in her flashback. And let's not forget about the first episode of Goblin Slayer. This kind of disturbing thing is part of anime. Getting upset over this kind of scene is like getting upset over weird brother and sister scenes. This is just part of anime. Sometimes anime gets very dark and disturbing. How can you still be offended by it? It feels like the current anime fans are so weak-minded. I don't understand getting upset over this and saying it's going too far. It's better to focus on arguing if this kind of disturbing thing fits the story, not if this scene goes too far. I would say this dark and disturbing scene does fit the story because the men in this anime series even tried doing a disturbing thing to the main female character at the beginning of this anime series. I guess a better argument would be if it was too odd that Robin did this disturbing thing, considering we saw nothing but great things about him in the flashbacks. Now that is a point of discussion that people should focus on, rather than if this kind of scene goes too far.